Hello friends. So welcome in today's Q&A session, and I'm pretty thankful to those of you who have joined in today's Q&A session. Just to give you a context of what we do in this particular session, it's that on every Friday we connect at 4:30 p.m. and we take the queries and the feedbacks of the SpeedBot users who have been using our platform for quite some time and make them understand how SpeedBot can be helpful in their algo trading journey. So in this session, we get a lot of questions by our regular users, and from the beginner's point of view, it is pretty useful for the ones who have just started out their trading journey in the algo. So we'll just wait for a few minutes and then we can start off this session. Meanwhile, if you have any sort of questions, you can just type it in the chat box so that I can go through that. So let's wait for 1 to 2 minutes and then we are good to go. Okay, so I think we are good to go. So let's kick off today's session. Let's try to answer each and every of the questions that the users have sent us. So the first question is from Prathamesh. So Prathamesh asks that during my backtesting, I'm only able to see one entry per day. If I want to take a re-entry, is that possible? Okay, so in order to understand the algo based on different market conditions, it is important to take the re-entries on different set of times. So Prathamesh would like to have the re-entry being taken. So Prathamesh, how you can do that? Let me just make you understand. Firstly, we'll go over here in the option spot and somewhere over here. Let's say that if you are going on a long call side, to take an example, over here in the re-entry, you'll be able to see that what kind of re-entry would you like to take. For a re-entry, two things are necessary. That is, you have to have a stop loss or you can have the target. So over here, as you can see that you have these two options, and let's say if you want to check the re-entry, take the entry again on either the stop loss or the target, so you can have it. Let's say I'm going for the stop loss, so it is mandatory for me to add the stop loss over here. I'll add 50 points, and over here, let's say if I want to take the entry immediately whenever my stop loss of 50 points get hit, right? In that case, I'll just select the immediate, and let's say that apart from the main entry, I would like to re-enter for a maximum of 5 times. So that's where the re-entry happens. So that's how you'll be able to do the re-entry on more than one time in a particular day. So it's up to you, whatever the number of times that you define from your side. Okay, so he has another question that I want to trade instead of the current expiry, I want to trade it in the next expiry. Okay, understood. So to answer the question, Prathamesh, over here in the option bot builder, as you can see, the contract that we have selected, let's take this as an example. So over here, if I'm able to click on the expiry section, I'm able to see around 4 options. So let's say instead of the current week, I would like to go in for the next week or the current month contract. So that is something that you can do. Let's say I've selected the next week. So the ATM call option will be bought for the next week expiry instead of this week's. So that's how you can have multiple expiry selections on SpeedBot. Okay, so next question we have, it's from Chirag. So Chirag asks that I was going through your strategy templates and I did not find any strategy templates for indicators. Okay, so just to give you an update, Chirag, in this regard. So recently we have launched some of the strategy templates that are based on the indicators. Let us just go through that. So over here, I am in the template section, and if I scroll down and look for the category that is named as indicator based option templates, so over here I'll be able to see some of the templates that are currently added by the team. So let's take an example, the RSI straddle sideways. So I'll understand the conditions. What type of strategy is this? In which market condition does it work? So as you know that the strategy templates on SpeedBot, those are already having the disclose logic like this. That is, in which market conditions will it work, the risk that you can expect. So over here you're able to see the logic that is open for the strategy template. So this basically means, let me just click on the build what button. So over here, as you can see, that we'll be shorting a straddle, ATM straddle. And over here, I have, based on the set level, I have kept the target and the stop loss. Apart from that, if my set level target or stop loss gets hit, then I have the re-execution of it. Apart from that, like I mentioned, that it consists of indicator. So as you can see over here, that this straddle will be shorted whenever this particular condition meets. That is, the RSI by default parameters of 14 on a 15-minute time frame crosses above the 45 value, then only we'll be able to short this particular set. So all in all, this is for the Nifty symbol. So this is one of the strategy templates that the team has launched. Apart from that, you can navigate to other templates as well. Let's say if you want to have the MACD based or the super trend based option buying or option selling strategy templates, then you can explore those as well. Before that, you, as per your knowledge, as per your understanding, you can go through the description and tweak the parameters from your end. So in coming weeks, team will be able to launch another set of indicator based strategy templates from their side. So we'll be having a separate video for this particular category so that you will be able to have a ecosystem around this. Yeah, so let us move on to the next question. So Keyur has this question that what type of strategies can be created in the option bot builder? So Keyur, just to give you a context, let me just open the option bot builder. So just to give you a context, let's say if you have an intraday based or a positional based strategy that you'd like to convert it into an algo, into a trading bot. So you can use the SpeedBot option builder. So over here on intraday basis or on positional basis, or let's say if you want to enter today and exit your position tomorrow, then STBT type of algos can be created over here. Apart from that, recently we have launched the futures based support as well for the builder. That is, you can have the futures trading algo created over here. You can test it on the historical data and make it live in your trading account. Apart from that, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, that let's say if you are using some sort of a trading indicator and you wish to check the conditions and enter into a trade based on those indicators, then it is possible. That is, once you click over here, then you can set whatever time frame that you want. And apart from that, these are the list of indicators that you can use. It could be RSI, MACD, Donchian channel, Bollinger Bands, and etc. So next up, is the momentum based strategy. Let's say if you are waiting for some sort of a breakout in the price structure of a particular contract, then you can have the momentum based execution as well. So the momentum could be checked on the basis of the underlying or on the basis of the contract. Apart from that, talking specifically about the breakout, we have the range breakout feature as well. Let me just show you over here. So over here you can have the range breakout as well. Like this, you can define the entry time over here, that is at 9:20. You'd like to enter a position or check the conditions, and over here for the range breakout from the start till the end, what is the range of the time that you'd like to check for the highs and the lows. So the breakout strategies can also be converted into an range breakout algo on SpeedBot. So I hope it answers your question. So let's move on to the next question. It's a question from Mr. Subhaswamy. So he asks that how to create an algo for a basket of stocks. Okay, so this is an equity bot builder based question. So he has this question that how can he create an equity based bot, that too for a basket of stocks. So over here, if I go to the equity bot builder, and over here in the symbol section, as you can see that I'm able to see the indices over here, and apart from that I'm able to see the symbols. Let's say if I'm adding some of the symbols, I can set my own custom basket, or else if I want to check the conditions on some predefined basket, then I can have those as well over here. Let's say if I want to check the conditions for the Nifty IT index or maybe Bank Nifty index, then in that case I can have the stocks added over here. By one click I'll be able to clear it as well. So that's how you'll be able to create an algo for a basket of stocks. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is from Nawaz. So Nawaz asks that how to take entries and exits based on the movement of the index or the underlying. So this is a pretty good question. In order to check the conditions of entries and exits on the basis of underlying, so that is also a type of algo that you can create on SpeedBot. So over here, if you go to the option bot builder, and let's take an example of Bank Nifty. Let me just add one of the legs, and over here, let's say that we want to enter into a shorting put option. We want to take an entry by shorting a put, but we do not want to enter into a trade right away, that is at 9:20. We do not want to just jump in. We'll wait for a particular movement in the contract or on the underlying, then we'll be able to get the hold of the entries. So like the original question was that he wants to enter as per the movement in the underlying. So over here, I'm saying that over here, this means the UL points up basically means that the underlying, when it is up by a few points, then we will be shorting our ATM put. So let's say if I'm keeping it as 50, it basically means that at 9:20 we'll wait and wait for the underlying, that is the Bank Nifty spot, to move by 50 points upside. and whenever after 9:20 it moves up by 50 points, then we'll be shorting this ATM put. So that is a particular entry that we have done on the basis of the underlying. Now, if we move on to the downside, that is also an option in terms of the points, mind you. Now, instead of the points, we would like to switch to the percentage. That is, if I say that I want to enter into a trade whenever there is a movement of 0.5% on the upside. So that's how I can select the UL percentage as well. Now, talking about the exit on the basis of the underlying, likewise we'll be doing it, that is the UL points over here. I say if there is a 50 point movement downside in the Bank Nifty spot, then we'll be exiting our position. That is, we'll be having the target hit. Same ways for the stop loss. It could be in points and percentage terms again. So you will have to select such options to get the conditions checked on the underlying. So I hope I've answered your question. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question, it's from Shiva. So Mr. Shiva asks that, can you please tell us the difference between the re-entry and the re-execution? So a lot of people get confused. What is the meaning of the re-entry and the re-execution when they are creating their algos? So in this case, let me just add one leg as re-entry. And let me just keep it as immediate just to keep things easier. And let me just copy it and paste it over here and check it as. Let me just add the 50 point stop loss and 50 point stop loss over here. I'll just keep it as leg 2. Yeah. So to make you understand the difference between the re-entry and the re-execution, I've added 2 legs, both having the same ATM put being short with same stop loss, but for the type of re-entry, we have selected the above as the re-entry and the below one as the re-execution on the basis of the SL. And both the times we'll be having 2 types of re-entry or re-execution. So let us understand the above part and then we can go to the below part. So over here, let's assume that at 9:20 we shorted a put with a particular ATM contract with a particular 50 point stop loss. Now, if we want to re-enter again, firstly our stop loss has to hit. Once the stop loss is hit, in that case, then at the contract that we selected at 9:20, that contract gets the stop loss hit, and again the entry will be taken on that particular contract, right? Let's assume that at 9:20 we shorted the ATM put somewhere around 51,500, right? And at 10 o'clock the exit happened, the stop loss hit. Again, we'll be entering into the 51,500 put option. And after that, once again, we'll be doing the same thing. Now, when I talk about the re-execution part, in the re-execution, let's say at 10 o'clock, we got our 51,500 put stop loss hit. Then, in order to re-execute the leg, we won't be taking the contract that was shorted earlier at 9:20. That is, we won't be entering into the 51,500 contract. will be entering into the contract that is currently being run as an ATM. That is, on the basis of the current market price, we'll be taking the ATM and shorting the put side. Let's say at 10 o'clock, it would be somewhere around 51,200 or 300. So we'll be shorting the put of that particular contract. So that's the difference between the re-execution and the re-entry. So I hope it answers your question. Okay, so let's move on to the next few set of questions and then we can wrap today's session. Okay, so we have this question from Ashish. So Ashish asked that my plan, I'm using a pay-as-you-go plan. So is it necessary to activate my bot on daily basis, or will the bot take automatic entry if I have the balance in my SpeedBot account? Okay, so just to give you a context of what Ashish has asked. So basically he is using the pay-as-you-go plan on SpeedBot, and he has this question that he has deployed a bot. So on daily basis, does he need to deploy the bot, or will the bot automatically deduct the money and place the trades automatically? So just to make things easier for you, Ashish, so over here, if you go to the menu and if you click over here, like you see that whatever balance that you have over here, so you can go to your wallet and whatever stuff in terms of the back testing you do, in terms of the forward testing you do, or the live deployment you do, so all the transactions would be visible over here for your transparency. So the bot automatically deducts the credits based on the balance that you have in your SpeedBot account. So you need not deploy the bot on daily basis in order to get your bot activated and place the trades. Right? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So next question is from Darshan. So Darshan asks that what kind of data analytics does SpeedBot provide? So this is a pretty good question. Just to give you a glance that Algo isn't about just the strategy creation. Apart from that, I believe that only it's the 30% of the task. Apart from that, once you create the strategy, you need to understand the statistics, you need to understand the metrics, how well your bot is performing or how bad your bot is performing in different market conditions. So in order to do that, SpeedBot has made things easier for you. Let me just go to any one of the bots that I've tested recently. Let's say if I go over here and I see the backtest. Okay, so this is one of the strategy templates that I might have backtested. Yeah, so over here, like I mentioned about the detailed statistics. So over here, as you can see the duration, you'll find the number of positions the bot has taken, the total profit, the charges and taxes, net profit, annual return, max drawdown, and other stuff, the average daily profit and daily loss. You can also have your risk managed, that is over here the maximum loss that the bot has incurred is somewhere around 2K. You can also have the positions checked over here when the bot has taken the entry. Also, apart from that, the order book you'll be able to get. You need not document each and every trade that you have placed. So it makes your task easier. Apart from that, you can have the monthly and the daily assessment, how well or bad your bot has performed. Over here, you'll be able to see that. Apart from that, other trade statistics. some statistics around the winning and the loss-making trades, some advanced statistics in this regards. So this is the kind of detailed analytics SpeedBot provides whenever you create a bot. So this can be checked for the historical testing as well as for the forward testing and for the live deployment. All right. So I believe that we have answered quite a lot of questions in today's session, and I'm pretty happy to answer some of the questions that you guys asked. I'm pretty grateful for the ones who have joined in today's session. So thank you for tuning in today's session, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.